Bears certainly look like they had their quarterback issues fixed in Week 2. Seahawks may have their quarterback issue here in Week 3. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan.
Nice.
Glad to be with you on the NFL Preview Show, presented by Tyson Anytizers. And Pat, let's start this with Seattle.
Sure.
Injury to Matt Hasselbeck. You know, people talked about Donovan McNabb's fractured rib as the biggest issue ever. This same injury here with the Seahawks. Now, he's questionable heading into the game as we're taping this, but it could be Seneca Wallace. And what does that mean for the Seahawks?
Yeah, well, it's not going to be the same offense. And so when you have Seneca Wallace under center, here's a guy that went 3-5 as a starter last year. You're going to have to feature the run game more. You're going to have to put the ball in the hands of Julius Jones and not try to win it with Seneca Wallace. When you have Matt Hasselbeck, it's a pass to set up the run offense. And so that's not, it's going to change. I think it hurts Seattle.
But the Bears have stopped the run this year so far. The defense has looked better this year than it did last year, including last week without Brian Urlacher.
Well, and Hunter Hillenmeyer will go in there. He'll line everybody up. He won't make any mental errors. He'll play pretty good. He'll make a tackle when he's supposed to, but he doesn't bring the force inside. And he doesn't present the blitz threat. They like to blitz the run with what they call the mug look, where they bring Brian up in the A-gap, and the center's scared to death, and he blows through the gap, and he's in the backfield. They don't have that dimension. That softens the look. That puts more pressure on the tackles. And I don't like some of the tackles that play in it. Tommy Harris is okay now, but Anthony Adams, I'm not a big fan.
Well, speaking of tackles, Seattle for a second straight week, hoping that Walter Jones can come back from his injury. He did not play last week. Meanwhile, Pat, a lot of the pressure was taken off the Bears because Jeff Reed missed those field goals. Because had he made them, you may not be talking about Chicago being 1-1. We may be talking about them being 0-2. But if is the worst word you can use in sports because it didn't happen and they are 1-1. What was the most impressive thing about Chicago's game last week for you?
Well, playing without Urlacher, for starters, and the most important part of the game and the most impressive part was the self-correction by Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, Dan Marino and I sat down on Saturday and watched the interceptions and the decisions, and they were bad in Week 1 by Jay Cutler. But he came back and self-corrected those things. He stayed in the pocket. He didn't let himself get flushed when he shouldn't have like he did the first week. He didn't throw the ball across his body like he did the first week. And I think because he did that, it's going to open up things for Matt Forte again.
Is this the week that Forte breaks out because he's got 84 yards on 38 carries?
Yeah, I think it is because now I have to worry about Cutler. I have to worry about the passing game. Johnny Knox emerges as a guy. Greg Olsen is a terrific tight end. So what happens? You got to play honest again. And when you do that, Matt Forte is going against the Seattle defense, giving up 166 yards on the ground. So Forte gets to 100 yards this week.
And on top of it, let's not forget that the Seattle defense, by the way, did give up a 79-yard rushing touchdown to Frank Gore and an 80-yard rushing touchdown to Frank Gore in the same game last week. So there's that. But also maybe this opens up some things for Devin Hester as well in the slot. All right, Pat, they're going from Chicago to Seattle, and Qwest Field is very difficult. It is a good home field advantage. Hasselbeck's questionable, certainly changes whether he plays or not, but who do you like? I like the Chicago Bears. Once I saw Cutler get his act together in the second week right away and get down to what I know he can do and present you that strong arm problem that he is, and then the vertical speed of Johnny Knox and Forte in the backfield, who's become the forgotten man, which we're talking about, I think Chicago has enough going on that side of the ball, especially if it's Seneca Wallace, because I don't think Seneca can get to the secondary and attack what he has to attack. All right, it's a 4:05 p.m. Eastern kick. For more on this game, stay right here with CBSSports.com. That'll do it for the NFL Preview Show presented by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty good man snack. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.